Oh, that'd
Okay.
be. Thanks, creepy
Oh,
lady.
that's different. All right. Well, we are now recording. Welcome back. We find ourselves having delved down into the circular stairwell hidden behind uh, essentially a fireplace in the old burnt library here in the castle, the keep of Caer Dineval. Um, you guys took the stairwell down, coming to a landing at the bottom and seeing essentially an old cistern down here. That there's a boat. You guys, boat could fit two people. You guys started to kind of explore along. Um, some people walking above the water on the walls, other people walking below the water, discovering the remains of a number of guards that you assume were the ones keeping or attempting to protect the keep here, but eventually failing to protect them from the cultists that eventually took over. You guys discovered an old storeroom of food, and you guys continued on and found a what looked like an effigy towards the Levistus. You remember correctly, right? You guys went to explore a little bit. Turan went to explore a little bit further around the corner, only to be met by two words of "get out," telling him that he was not welcome in the room. The As this person stood up, you guys were Turan was able to see, and then eventually you guys were all able to see this large, tall, 6'6" albino tiefling, who you guys came to realize was the A that you guys were looking for, or had been notified of in the paper above. Um, you guys attempted to restrain her and managed to take off her spellbook from her. Turan attempted to take her staff from her as well. In the process, Alice and Quixotic both took strikes at A, only to be teleported to some odd, cold, remote location. Um, Eventually, when things settled down, A returned Alice and Quixotic back to the room, dropped the staff that she was holding, took the spellbook back from Monty, and headed out. With the staff in hand, Turan, the staff began to melt into a puddle on the floor, leaving only the leather wrapping that was around the middle of the staff. And as you guys exited out of the tunnel back into the cistern, you guys found that A had already disappeared into the darkness, up, assumingly up the stairwell back into the keep. You guys continued on, finding a lever, pulling it, and the water in the room started to kind of rise a little bit. You guys panicked and started looking around. Meanwhile, outside into the cistern area, the gate that had kind of blocked off the rest of the cistern opened up, revealing another portion that you guys figured out eventually that was there's a little bit of water backlog behind there. And when the wall opened up, it kind of the water moved through the tunnel. You guys found five of the speaker's housekeeping servants per se that had been kept down here, and you guys worked to bring them out in the boat to the other end, and to bring them up to the into the keep, where you guys where they were met by the cook with warm food. Um, and the rest of you guys kind of ate your food kind of in silence, trying to figure out what happened down below and where things might go from here. Eventually, after the length of the day, you guys decided to take. I'm assuming you guys took turns keeping watch, knowing that there was some sort of wizard nearby, as sleep began to take you. And that's where we pick up.
I don't know. Weren't we coming up here to look for a boat for you?
Yeah, but
uh,
we're all kind of exhausted. I figure we'll do that in the morning.
well, no, like one of the reasons I came up here is to find the ship you were on, right, Nicola?
I thought we were gonna sleep first.
You just keep just
A little
talking.
chilly down here, isn't it?
You guys are back upstairs in the
Oh, that's right.
speakers room, or that's where I have you guys now. If that's where you guys were planning on sleeping.
Hey,
So you guys
what,
had
time,
mentioned that you were going to sleep to try and keep an eye on him.
what time
I
is it,
have the
Nicola?
confusion. We are still in the middle of the landlock. What about the boat?
I think Tehran is making small talk with Nicola.
There we go.
I'm
Fix my mic.
beginning a conversation about one of our aims and one of the new pieces of information we gained. Nicola, we came up here to retrieve a boat. That was one of the deals we made in that pirate town before we left, correct?
It was
What
less
skin
the
was it?
boat and more the location, the cargo that was in the boat for them, right?
I think so.
You remember that there was cargo on the ship that you remember being profitable that you had left there when you left.
We suddenly have more motivation to find that than we used to, because if that woman wasn't lying to us, there is an island somewhere where Ariel is. So searching around here is not going to find us Ariel if she was lying.
The boat is very
Question.
sunk though, yes?
No, I think he ran. They slowly froze into a standstill, correct?
Nico, do you want to take it, or do you want me to take it?
Why don't you take it? I'm not
All right.
remembering which one it was.
The boat that you were on was eventually, as you guys were exploring up in the sea of moving ice, looking for treasures and kind of artifacts and whatnot. Your boat eventually got stuck in the ice, freezing in place and unable to move it. You guys attempted to break it free and were unsuccessful. And eventually you guys left the boat in the ice and headed east, trying to find Raymond, as that was kind of east-southeast from where you were.
Which I pull out my map. Which lake did she say again?
Not
That island.
lake.
Out in the frozen, what is it?
The
Yeah,
sea of
no
moving ice.
So it's
Yeah,
in
the
the sea of moving
In
ice.
the sea
Yes.
of moving ice, she said.
So
And
we suddenly
Unfortunately, I
have more
don't have a map that
motivation
goes that
to
far north.
explore the coast rather than the middle of 10 towns, it seems.
Well, we got two leads, right? We got the coast and we've got like the father of the.
Yeah,
Like,
the
they may be
dwarves are still a
unrelated.
problem, yeah.
Yeah, we may
They
need to
also have the
sort
murder.
I
that.
think they
first.
are.
We should
Yeah.
probably deal with that.
So, but
We have the murders as well.
And we now
Eh.
have a link down to south to Chalt.
Yep.
for the
And
Ring
I
of
still have to meet up with my contact in Brinchadir.
I
we
have
got a
to meet
lot
up
to do in Brinchender, I think.
maybe a contact in East Haven. We gotta find the dead. We gotta figure out who killed people too. We still got that
I
one,
just
don't
said
we?
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
okay,
talk
your
about the
contact.
murderer.
Yeah, got it. I got it.
Now, besides those
No.
other things, we have to find out who's killing people.
Besides, yeah, there's that.
Murderer in East Haven. We all have a little bit of things to do in Brinchander, and now we need to explore the coast
We need a
somehow.
quest log.
So just
Oh,
bring
it's
it
just so handy if we can get to the world map, we can get one.
I haven't updated that in a while.
So just bringing up what our motivations are right now. We should probably head to East Haven, sort out the Duragar son there, sort out the murderer, and then we find Sunblight and sort that out. Does anybody disagree? Does anybody have
Sounds
anything they
fair.
want to add to the itinerary?
I had already passed out, so I snore.
Good night.
I think that makes sense.
You know what? I think I'm with Princess on this one. Good night.
I think that makes sense, at least initially. I think we can adjust as we need to, but yeah, that sounds fine.
I'll take an earlier-ish watch, I guess.
Sure.
So who is taking first watch? Exotic and
I can do first watch too.
sounds good.
God, it's been a while since we've done this.
I'll mill around in the library. Just not really do much.
So, Nicola, what was the first town you came into contact with after you left the boat? Did you say yes?
Bremen.
Bremen.
Yes.
Okay, so that's on the way on the west side, right? Yeah. It's the biggest town furthest west, yes?
I'd point on the map.
Okay.
You went on the
Thank
map and it looks like it is a small town just west of the river coming out of Mare Duwalden, just past Targos, which was the big town on the west side.
That was where we ran into the sled dog, right? Or no?
Targos was where you ran to the sled dog,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll move you back out here so you can see
okay, thank you.
the map.
Yeah. Okay, so Bremen, and you said you were north west of Bremen?
So this map does not show the sea of moving ice, but it would be.
Hold on,
actually,
hold on.
you can-
I got it. I
You can
got
kind
it.
of see it right here.
Ah, okay, so you were,
So the sea of moving ice is where you guys came in on.
Yeah.
We came from like way out here, didn't we? That's where
You guys came from like I don't know if you can see
Up
that.
here-ish.
up more.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you look on my camera, it's like right around here is where we landed.
Yeah, it was north of all the towns and then we
Yep.
walked southeast.
okay,
Okay.
So yeah, Nicola was kind of over. Nicola, it was snowy and kind of getting lost, but Nicola, you kind of remember that you came from this general direction.
Yeah,
Okay.
rebel
Over
friend.
yonder.
so, you don't have to answer whether this is, what, if you like to or not, but, how, if we do find this boat, how bad is it going to be? We've seen a lot of weird shit. I just want to be sure.
What do you
Sounds like
mean? How
things-
bad is it going to be?
I don't know. It sounds like things went pretty bad on this boat. I just curious what we're going to find when we get there.
Yeah, the stuff on the boat's probably fine. It's cold, stuff's probably not spoiling too bad.
Not
New
lots of
inhabitants,
or anything. There was
Lots
a-
of
there was a-
treasure.
New
Okay.
inhabitants like their new digs.
Okay, no, I'm just curious. I just was expecting you to say something like a lot of frozen corpses or something. And I'm
No,
just curious.
we all left the boat.
Ah, okay.
We're not gonna find like what's left at the end of the movie, The Thing, but on a boat.
Or at
No,
the
you-
beginning of like, was it 2020 Space Odyssey, where they go back to the.
Yeah, no, none of that. I don't think we will find much along the way when we're searching.
Okay.
So
Okay.
less alien, more investigation.
He
I
just
don't know. It
ate
could
all
be
of it, so
haunted.
they
I
must
wasn't sure how
find-
many things died on the boat. So that
The
was
new-
not
the new
not to him.
tenants.
I'm trying to be sensitive. Not
Yeah.
good at it, but
Yeah, probably fine.
okay. I imagine there won't be much left on the way up there, but you're going to be okay if we go searching for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's treasure. I like my money.
This is every day we get paid. This is the richest I've ever been. So it's I am not disliking that part of the group. So okay, and you're okay otherwise. Nothing Nothing weird going on?
No, I'm doing peachy.
So that's fantastic. All right.
I'm out milling around, freezing corpses. So I haven't done so in a long time.
Are you feeling the hungers? Is that
I got shit
withdrawals
to do. I know it's not for
to
me.
do?
He's got an itinerary.
I
Did
got
we ever investigate the bodies?
I got a pet to feed.
I don't think we searched any of the bodies that
That's what you call her, a pet.
We transitioned straight to going downstairs after outside.
I think we kind of looted the shit in like the great hall where we were eating. We kind of looked at those, didn't we?
I don't
think
remember if we
looted any of
raided
the bodies.
Outside. I don't
priestess,
think we.
though. That's the one that I don't remember if we actually
Hang
like.
on, let me bring
investigated.
up my stuff.
I don't think that we sorted anything outside.
We wake up.
I think we're just kind of talking stuff.
I you guys did look over the bodies. You didn't find
All right,
much.
let me-
You found a little bit of
Okay.
gold.
Oh yeah, that's
and you
probably why.
found Charlatan necklaces on all of the.
Yeah,
We
okay.
found, we found a bag of holding, didn't we?
Yep, that's right. I
I
got
was
that.
here.
Yep.
And emeralds
Was I
and
here?
obsidian,
Oh,
emeralds
there
and
you go.
obsidian darts. Okay, so I do have notes on that. I don't have the wares. I just have the what's. So okay, never mind. My
Well,
bad.
what's is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys continue to talk, Saltic, you notice kind of out of the corner of your eye, Davos kind of seems to be a little bit restless in his sleep.
Okay.
And Davos, in your sleep, as you find the restless sleep that you've been looking for, it's been a long day. And you, as sleep overcomes you, you find you're greeted in your sleep by a large kind of ominous figure kind of standing over here. It's dark, and you're trying to adjust your eyes. You're blinking, looking around, and the figure in front of you appears to you as a large black raven. And she says, she's just kind of looking at you. She's just trying to figure out what you're she's just trying to figure out who you are and who you become. What do you
Do I feel my magic?
you sense that familiar tingle through your hand as you kind of turn your wrist around, just trying to feel.
All right. I assume I am still sleeping, correct? I asked the raven.
You hear a caw, but as a resinous kind of dark caw.
Are you my guide?
And the bird takes off and flies.
I'll follow the bird.
Follow the bird, and the bird kind of it's just kind of going. You see kind of the pathway that you're walking on is you can't see far beyond where you're walking. It's covered in shadow, and it's hard to make out what is 3 feet beyond where you're looking. But as you take steps, the pathway appears beyond. But it's the darkness that's kind of around you. It's something that is as if it's there, but it's not at the same time. You think you see something moving in the out of the corner of your eye, and it's not. You turn your head and look, and it's not there. All you see is the shadow of what used to be there. Eventually, the raven kind of comes down into this large tree as you come up to it, and you look up, and it's just kind of this almost dead looking tree that the raven is sitting in.
I approach the tree.
Okay.
And I start investigating the tree, seeing if there's
Okay.
anything unique on it. I'm not touching it, I'm just investigating.
You're looking at the tree, and the tree itself looks like it has been dead for a while. You can see kind of gaps in the tree, but at the same time, this tree, while it looks like a tree, it is the shadowy remnants of what a tree used to be.
I look up at the raven. Am I allowed to touch this tree?
Caw-caw.
Okay, 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Caw-caw.
Thank you. I reach out and gently put my hand on it.
As you touch the tree with your hand, the shadowy remnants of this tree, it all of a sudden changes like that. As from where your hand touches, the tree becomes reforms into what looks like living tree bark where your hand touches, and it begins to spread out and spread up the tree and down to the roots below. Eventually, the tree, the shadowy figure of this tree, reveals itself from your touch, almost seemingly brought back to life, as the branches on the top are now full of life. And the Raven Queen, a raven that was sitting in the top, is no longer there. All that's left is this now beautiful, living, gigantic tree that you seemingly have brought back to life with your touch.
Look around. I'm lost. Does my magic heal?
You hear, almost from the tree itself, a whisper in your ear. Things will come to you, and as the days go by. And with that, you sit right up, and Quixotic, and you look over and you see Quixotic staring at you, because it has been a very restless sleep for you.
Is this okay? First off, as I'm walking over there, because I was gonna at least kind of check on him. He's not like holding any weaponry as yet. I don't want him to go, "Ha ha!" It's an ambush, jab. I walk over. Shh, it's okay. It's been a tough day for everyone. Are you okay?
Hold on. And I force magic into my hand, not really casting a spell, just to see if it can be there.
You attempt to bring up the start of your favorite fiery spell, and you kind of bring your hands around with a little bit of back-guano, and you can see the start of this ball of fire that you are so familiar with.
Has anything changed? Is it
Is
a
he gonna
different
blow- Knowledge Arcana, is he gonna blow me up? Shit.
He's a wizard. Kill him.
He's a sorcerer.
He sounds like a little bit like a druid.
With an 11 Arcana, he looks like he's starting to cast a spell. You've seen him cast Fireball before, but he doesn't look aggressive with it.
Tapos. This is a very small room.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I smashed my hands together.
as you go to collapse it, the fireball disappears, but a shadowy imprint of the remnants of where the fireball starting remains in the palm of your hand for a brief second before disappearing.
Quixotic, you saw that, right? That's new.
I did, hang on. I'm assuming perception check. Did I see that, or was I looking?
Sure,
I was
maybe.
looking right at him.
Yeah, for
Well, here, there you go. 21.
you saw the shadowy remnants of a fireball in the palm of his hand as he collapsed it closed.
That's new, right?
Yeah. Weird dream. Not like bad weird, but weird.
Do you need to go visit the kitchen? Maybe we can get some warm milk or something. You're gonna be good.
I think
We
I
can
need
talk
to
about.
I think I need to go spend some time alone real quick. I'll be back.
Okay, don't take too long. We still got a night's rest to do, but
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go outside onto the balcony real quick. I need to think about something.
okay, just don't go anywhere too exposed. There's a bunch of wizards and dudes wandering around the wastes right now who don't like us.
I know. I'm gonna stay literally right here inside. I'm just stepping right outside the door to the
That's fine.
balcony that leads downstairs.
Give you your time. If you're not back in 20 minutes, I'll come looking.
All right. Go stand outside, look out the window, and start thinking like, that's real. That happened. Raven. Shadows. I'll have to speak to Kohi about that.
Okay.
But with the healing, and that's pretty much what I'm doing for like an hour.
I'll check in every now and then because.
And then I'll come back in and start going back to sleep.
Strain yourself.
Sounds good. As you
Probably
come-
be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll probably be like freezing corpses of people around the place.
So
going
I'm
out-
looking out the window and seeing you outside freezing corpses.
Yeah, just freezing corpses until it's like my turn to take a watch.
I picture like Frozone out there. It's like, shh.
I know it's been a bit.
Tehran, as you go to freeze one of the corpses, it's becoming old hat again. It's been a while though. And as you go to kind of pull the souls out of these bodies and send them on to the greater, to Merkel and beyond, you put your hands on one of the corpses and you look around, and there wasn't much movement around you, but things seem a little bit eerie. Make me a perception check.
Fall asleep.
Yeah, sure. Hey, normal human beings perception.
Okay. You notice something odd as the body that you're going to pull the soul out of and send beyond. You look around you, and the snow outside seems to have stopped falling.
Like frozen in the air or just no longer falling?
Frozen in the air. You see snowflakes, but they're not falling down. You look over into the fire, into the hearth, and you see the flames are not moving around. Time seems to have either slowed down or stopped for you in this moment as you look around.
I'll kind of stand up for what I'm doing and just kind of like brush off and sigh. Just kind of think to myself, wonder if I'm in trouble.
And as you think, if you're in trouble, as the thought of trouble kind of enters into your mind, you get this undying, unending pain, hunger in your stomach, something that you have not felt in years.
You need eggs?
Start vomiting eggs.
Bad eggs.
Really bad eggs.
Really?
How would I react? I would just, I'd be shocked. I would be alarmed. I wouldn't know what to do.
The pain, the hunger increases to the point you're down on your knees now. And you
go ahead.
hear from one of the body that you're going to send on before. You look over, the fire is still frozen, the snow outside still frozen. You look over at this body and the head turns to you and it kind of opens up and the lips don't move, but the mouth opens up and you hear the words, "Oh, your task is to bring me more."
Yeah, I guess rushing to get all of it done tonight is probably not the right way to go about it. I'm sorry.
Say that the hunger begins to wane a little bit.
If I owe you a lot. I'll work harder to pay.
Sounds good. And with that, you see the fire begin to flicker again. The snow begins to fall. And the hunger in you is subsiding, but is still there. It's not something that you felt in a long time, and it's not something that you think is going to go away anytime soon.
Okay. I'm uneasy. I'm just like, I don't look like sure of what I'm doing like I normally do. I don't look calm. I just like look just a little uncomfortable. Not twitchy, but just like moving my head and neck around, trying to go through my business. Not feeling good.
As you go back to the body that you were attempting to send beyond, you go to touch it again and to continue the ritual of which you're familiar with. And as you get near it, the spirit of which you've grown accustomed to seeing leaving bodies doesn't leave the body as it normally does, but leaves and forms a specter in front of you.
I'll summon my weapon to my hand.
Okay.
Does it look like it's like aggressive? Is it doing anything? Is it saying anything?
As you pull out your weapon, it kind of mimics you pulling out what would be a weapon, but it pulls out an empty hand.
I'll reach out to it and see if it's like corporeal, like if I can interact with it. Like, is it like same hand? Like my left hand, its left hand? Or like, are we like a mirror?
As you reach out with your left hand, it reaches out with its right hand, mirroring your movement.
I'll see if I can grasp its wrist, and then I'm gonna swing my sword through it.
Okay. It's odd as you try and grasp onto this the specter in front of you. You normally don't think that you would be able to grab onto something, but as you reach out and you grab onto it, you see it attempt to resist, but recognizes its fate. And as you bring down your sword, roll me an attack roll.
You attacking your patron?
I don't know what I'm attacking, but I hit it.
You hit it.
Spectre of some sort.
As you slash through it, the specter disappears into a fine gray mist around you.
Well, that was new. I don't know what that was. That was new. Did anybody see me do that? Is anybody awake? Where am I? I'm outside doing this? Or am I like in the...
I didn't want to put you outside if you didn't want to be. So either
I'm
you
okay
were
with
out,
being outside.
all right. Yeah, I had assumed, I had thought that you were going to be outside, kind of out in the courtyard area.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies out there. That's kind of where I was doing my work.
Do you want to use the perception check I rolled for? Because I am keeping watch. I don't know. Do you want someone to find you or not? Because theoretically, that was what we were supposed to be doing.
No, I don't know what that was. I assume
So-
it feels like it. Can I make like a religion check or an arcana check or something and see if like that's my fault? Like I did that?
Sure, make me a religion check.
That's not great. I
Ooh.
rolled a 1.
Keelan, do you want
Yeah.
perception checks from us to see? Because we were keeping watch. That was what we were doing.
You were looking at this, kind of was happening at the same time as you were kind of looking at Davos. So
Okay.
you did not have eyes on
All right.
Tehran as this was happening. Tehran, you've heard of people in your position are very seldom, like it is largely unheard of. And you have heard, you get the feeling that the specter was something that may assist you.
Oh, so I reacted how I would normally react.
Correct. But because the specter did not react to you in the way that you were expecting it to, you think that maybe this might be something different.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Well, that was weird. I guess I'll try that again some other day. Well, can I try again? Like with one more body?
Sure.
I'll do my thing. Does it go where it belongs or does it become a thing I have to deal with?
You see the spirit kind of begin to rise out as it did before, this time continuing on to be released into the afterlife as you normally do.
Okay. All right. Well, another day maybe. I'll kind of come in and kind of walk into the room where everyone is, and like it's about time for you guys to go to sleep, right?
I think that sounds about right. Sure.
Everything's normal.
I always believe you.
Good. Night.
Actually, let me take an inside check here. 21.
That guy was a 19.
Did you just
Alright.
lick my camera?
Yes. From here.
Absolutely.
Magic.
Kosada, you get something's a little bit off with
So
Thrawn,
weird.
but it's not. It might just be that he's pretty tired.
Yes. I'm going to go
'Cause
meditate
he's usually
in the
tired.
corner.
He's usually a tired kind of guy.
Yeah.
2:30 comes around and he's like,
Mwah.
Yeah.
Time for
It's a-
bed.
Okay.
It's
Gives
that
him, he gives him
3:30
the
feeling.
squinty eyes as he walks off.
I'll take my watch and just kind of sit. Grab. There aren't any books. The books are all fucked in the library, right?
Yeah,
trash.
any remnants are burned.
Then I'll just
beyond
sit quietly.
readability.
Good.
You
All
would have
right.
the saucy romance novel.
Well,
All right. So who's taking second watch?
I am.
So Tehran, as you watch the rest of the group kind of fall into their sleep, and you're kind of sitting there with your with what happened before, keeping an eye out, watching the fire, wondering what and if something may happen again. You notice at this point in the evening, and you didn't see anything odd happen earlier, but you notice Alice is kind of being a little bit kind of restless in her sleep. And Alice, it's been a while since you've had a sleep this deep before. And as your dreams come to you, you remember the time by your father's side, learning the things, to kind of watching him keep the company that he did, and having Tehran keep you as a keeper of sorts. A ward, thank you. And as these memories are coming to you, you're greeted with this you're greeted with almost an image, a motif of Tehran standing in front of you. And he doesn't say anything. He looks at you and kind of tosses a long sword your way. What do you do?
I attempt to catch it by the handle.
Okay. You go to grab it and you bring it down as if you have become more familiar. The long sword was the short sword was one of the first weapons that you learned how to use, and the long sword, being its longer cousin, is a different beast in and of itself. And having caught it and bringing it down, you're brought back into the place where you first learned how to fight. And Tehran pulls out his his sword that you've seen him using for the past couple of weeks, and he looks like he's getting ready into a stance for fighting.
I'll hold up my greatsword and be like, arms up.
Aren't you a dream?
Yeah, I know, but that's what I would say.
He doesn't say anything, but he motions for you to bring your arms up. Prepare as if preparing for a lesson.
I grin and do so.
You bring up the sword, and the two of you begin this dance of swords, swinging at each other, deftly maneuvering between as the blade comes down, moving back and forth. This is unlike any fighting that you've done of recent. This is bringing back old memories, but creating almost new skills in the process. And as the battle, this training session seems to be going in your direction, and you look around and you glance, and as you do, something catches your eye out of the corner of your eye. Tehran's figure manages to nick your hand with the flat of his blade. And as you look out to see, you kind of glance on your hand, trying to shake it off. And as you look up, Tehran's no longer there anymore. But what's replaced is with this visage of Helm looking back at you. And you see him kind of put his hand out onto your shoulder and you get this feeling of elation that the rage inside of you, where it would normally be overflowing as you go into battle, seems to be subsiding a little bit. And you feel this greater sense of unity with this different weapon in your hand. You get the sense that something has changed in how he looks at you, and that it'll be interesting to see what the morning brings.
Oh, yeah.
As you, as this seemingly dream subsides, you find yourself back in kind of the warm room of Speaker Krennic, and you look around and lay your head back down and go back to sleep. Tron, is there anything that you do? Watching that?
She wakes up.
She wakes up, looks around, and then puts her head back down.
I mean, if I don't know anything that's going on, I mean, I probably would just continue doing watch.
Okay.
I'm not sure I would realize anything other than her just being restless.
I'm gonna stab you.
So you try,
Oh,
but
with his perception prowess, right?
Oh. All right. And for our lovely Monty, you find yourself in a dream looking in, you seem to be searching for something. You find yourself in an old room, kind of looking through boxes, kind of tearing apart, looking through clothes. There's a dresser nearby, and you're trying to looking through some of the drawers, looking to see if you can find something. You get this sense that you're looking for something, and you hear outside of the window of the house that you're in, you hear a caw, caw, and you look out and you see
not an owl.
a small black raven kind of sitting on the windowsill.
I ask you, am I dreaming?
As you say so, you try and take a step, but you your mind moves, but you don't actually feel your legs moving, but you move forward towards the window.
This feels familiar. What do you want? You keep coming into my dreams. What am I looking for?
As you look about the room, you do recognize this room. This room seems to be a room similar to the one that you stayed in when you were in East Haven. It's not the one that you stayed in, but the person who you were working with, looking for the Ring of Winter, was the room that they stayed in. And you look out, and you look out the window, and the window is no longer there anymore, but instead it's a pathway that you're now kind of looking down, and the room that you were in kind of dissipates beyond your vision, and you see the raven kind of hopping along the road in front of you.
The Ring of Winter? We know we don't think it's here anymore.
And this raven begins to take flight and kind of begins to head. And as you kind of looking at the sun based on where you're at, you recognize that it looks like the raven is starting to head south.
Do you want me to follow you?
And it looks back to you and continues on.
So I know that the thought is the Ring of Winter is south, but like we're up north. Chalt's a long ways away. There's there's still a lot to do here. We'll get down south. We'll find the Ring of Winter, but we haven't finished up here.
As you say, you feel this pull towards this raven heading south, and you just like your feet begin to start to head south.
Like, what do you want of me, and why have you chosen me for these tasks? Like I studied the Ring of Winter so long ago. Like you didn't visit me then. Like what do you just want me to find the Ring of Winter and then you'll leave me on and take these powers? They're good powers, right? But they're different and strange and new, and I don't know.
As you hesitate in following her, your legs continue to go, but you begin to kind of push back against this pull that's pulling you south. And the raven stops and turns around and looks at you and begins to grow into no longer this small raven, but begins to grow into this massive looming figure that is hard to comprehend, begins to block out the sun in front of you. Feathers begin to swallow you whole, and you hear kind of whispered into your ear, "Find the ring, for you are mine."
I think I wouldn't necessarily say anything immediately, but I would kind of just stand there, a little bewildered and terrified. And then I think I would probably timidly say, if you've chosen me to find this for you, to find things for you that are lost, I'm good at that. I can do that. I've been doing that for a long time, and I've been successful. I have my ways, and the ways that I've been set in, and I can't just make these things appear. I don't know if there isn't still more of the story about how we uncover the ring and other artifacts are related to it that isn't up here. I need to do this my way, but this is all that I know right now.
As you resist her will, her urge, the feathers around you begin to spin faster and faster around you. And you hear all of a sudden the sound of like a clap of thunder, and all of a sudden ringing out in your ears, you hear just this screech of "Find it!" And with that, everything goes stark black, and you wake up back into the keep of Cairn Naval.
Does he like shoot up, or is he just? That seems way more violent than what happened to Alice. Maybe I'd notice him.
He shoots up, and Monty, you shoot up, and you hear in your ears that loud pulse that seems to have found its way into your ears once again.
Hard sleeping.
Oh, did you say something? Sorry.
Hard sleeping.
I look around and just like terrified, like bone white face, and be like, I may have pissed off a raven. And then I pull out my lute and start playing and stare at the fire, and that's it. That's all you get out of me.
That's fine. All right, man. Good night, I guess.
You're like, well, as long as he's not gonna swing the swords around, I think we're
Yeah.
fine.
We're good.
Does anything else seem different, Keelan, at all yet that I noticed? I mean, I might be in shock or anything, but do I notice anything different about that as I kind of do a bit of a internal inventory while staring at the fire and the surroundings.
I'm looking about. Everything seems as it was when you took your rest, when you started your rest.
Okay.
You do look about, and near the fire, you do see what looks like a feather falling from the chimney into the flames below.
I shiver.
It's an owl feather.
It's an owl feather.
God damn.
Damn birds.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Tehran, your watch comes to an end as you finish checking on Monty. Who's taking the final watch?
I'm sleeping, but based on my track record, you know that I probably would be okay if you woke me up for one.
I'd wake up Alice.
You can always wake me up. I've been doing 2 watches for a long time. So whichever you
I've been
prefer.
doing 0.
Yeah, we know.
And consistently doing 0.
Yeah,
I normally would do a watch, but I don't think I'm up for a watch tonight.
I'll
He's a
sit
good-
up when he wakes me up and like smile at him and like start to pull my knife like you're gonna go.
No, it's time for watch.
No. Hits you with a
I have
newspaper.
no interest in fighting right now.
Nah,
Fight.
Well,
old bastard.
Bitch.
if you want to spar tomorrow, we can spar all you want.
All right. Alice, as you take your watch, you see, you look at it over and you see Monty kind of strumming aimlessly, trying to figure out, like looking at the fire, before eventually heading back to sleep. You look over in the corner and you see Kozlotic in his usual trance state. You look over and you see Tehran kind of seemingly a little bit more on edge than normal.
I'm visibly shook.
Visibly shook. Knowing Tehran better than anyone else here, you see that he is visibly shook. And everyone else seems to be resting as well as they can here in the keep of Caradon Abal.
Tehran,
Yeah,
what the fuck's wrong with you?
I've been skirting my duties. And that doesn't. I walk because I do work for Merkel. When I don't do work for Merkel, I may not walk anymore. So it's a bit worrisome to be told that I'm not doing my job.
You got a pink slip?
No, I've gotten a warning. So
Do you need help?
Got red now.
if you make bodies, I will do what I need to do to them.
All
But
right.
You
More
got a
murder.
pit plan.
I can do some more murdering.
yeah,
Point me at him.
we will. So what's up with you? Why do you seem so giddy?
I had a good dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were fighting
Oh, how'd that go?
pretty well. You got me a little bit, but not a lot of it.
You're getting older. You're not a fucking kid anymore. So
I think I might be getting better at fighting.
than me,
No, just better than me.
I think it's a good thing. So
Guess I'm just raring to go.
watch Monty. It's being weird too. But it didn't look like he had a good dream like you did.
Seems like a weird night.
Seems like a weird night. That'll be the end of that, I guess.
I think I was a foot away, still strumming by the fire. You
I
said that.
I would absolutely talk
I-
about you like you weren't
I
there.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
I know.
If you're still awake, Monty, I'll make eye contact. Like I'll look at you awkwardly until you look at me and be like, "What's wrong with you?"
I look at you, then I just look back down and just keep strumming.
All right.
I'm coming up with a new song.
Okay.
Stare into the fire.
Well, it sucks.
It's probably gonna be something sad.
Oh.
Angry.
It's sad.
I'll just tap my foot to his sad song.
It's a dope.
As you guys finish, Alice, as you finish your watch, the sun begins to not rise because as you look out, you see the remaining darkness out there, just a tinge lighter than it would be in the middle of the night. It seems as if Ariel has cast her spell once again over the land, keeping it into this perpetual darkness.
Yeah, that bitch would.
She made of wood?
Huh?
She's made of wood?
I don't like that.
But you all wake up feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, a little bit more ready to go at level 6.
Yay.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
And with that, I think we're gonna take a quick break. I need to get someone else to drink. If anybody else needs it, this would be a good time.
I do. So I'll be back. Intermission.
Intermission.
Poke,
So
poke,
go
poke,
the
poke, poke,
lobby.
poke, poke, poke.
So Alex, I think only 1 through 62 are D&D related, so you could probably wipe out everything past 62.
Right.
It's like
Is
shit.
that all we're gonna? Is all that we're kind of interested in collecting?
Well, I mean, why would Rob want to collect reprints of Bedevil? I mean,
I want to collect reprints of the devil.
Bedevil is a good card. Like, but like Ryle, it's all just like it's all explore and
What
fuck
about
it.
Hex? Is that what?
No, I think it's actually a reprint of a MTG card called Hex. Let's see. Yeah, Hex.
Yeah,
Cards,
recently.
Cards Commander reprint. It doesn't even look like the art has a D&D
Flavor to it.
layer to it. It's just Hex. Just
Alright.
6 target creatures for 6.
I'll just put them out there, but
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to not have them out there.
It's Smurf P.
Smurf piss.
What do you drink?
Smurf
What's
it.
that?
Rocket Pop.
The fuck is that?
It's a
I believe
bomb,
you said Smurf piss.
bomb pop
band.
from Untitled Art.
I feel like I've had
Beer, I'm assuming, or is some other
Yeah.
type of liquor?
Sounds delicious.
It's technically it's a hard seltzer now. They did it initially as a beer last year, 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So it's delicious.
I'm just enjoying my vanilla barrel cream ale. It is delightful.
It's not Pepsi, but Pepsi.
No Coke Pepsi.
no Coke.
I will add a Keelan column tomorrow on the clock.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get paid while I make that column.
Spreadsheets while on the top.
Of course, it works from
Stacks
home.
on stacks, yo.
Ain't no one gonna be looking over my shoulder. Rob, why did you put something out for teens out in random or something?
They were talking about how
Oh.
it uses a fuckload of RAM until you ask for it back.
Yeah. Did you see the so I posted the actual article and then I posted the clip I was talking about in there. Did you see what it says?
I didn't have the prior context.
Oh, okay.
conversation, that's all.
Yeah, I was explaining to them that Teams takes its RAM and then gives it back to you when it decides to.
It's like the IRS.
Yeah.
You don't get the money back until you ask for it.
You're not wrong.
Microsoft was like, that works. Let's do that.
Yeah. But
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
yeah, it's insane.
I just saw your Wisconsin Lawnmower Racing Association.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to that, but it's like 2 hours away though. It's like near
What?
Dodgeville.
Okay, of course it is.
Where was
Only
that
be near you.
posted?
I was just thumbing
And
through
random.
Facebook, fucking Facebook, and all of a sudden suggested for you. I'm like,
Oh,
you got it right. Good job.
Oh, I read that as the
I am now a
Iowa-
member of the Wisconsin Lawnmower Association. Or whatever the fuck it is.
I read that as the Iowa State Fair, not Iowa County Fair. I went, I am so confused.
Yeah, there's an Iowa County. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
All
I
right.
thought about going to Platteville for a hot moment and being a half an hour away from Iowa.
Yeah. All right. So as Josh is working on coming back, then Rhiannon's back. What do you guys? I guess maybe we'll wait for Josh to come back fully. But I guess like start thinking about what you guys want to do today.
We're heading to East Haven, aren't we?
well, we don't, he doesn't have new guards yet, right? Did we send anybody into the town to try?
Yeah,
and
we haven't
find-
done anything here. We need to establish something.
I feel like we've done a lot.
Right, but like if we leave and we
There's-
don't find somebody to watch him,
The man left the not Cardoth. Is it Cardoth? God damn.
Cardoth.
Cardoth left on his own. Did he bring anyone with him or did we kill everyone?
He brought 3 guards with him.
2-3 guards and 1 sorceress of some kind. I mean, they muster a militia and we hope for the best. What are we gonna do? Hang around?
no, but I mean, we literally haven't told anyone in the town that this dude's awake, right? We haven't left the castle. All we
Yeah.
can do is talk to the bartender and be like, hey, like, is there anyone in town you trust? Or the actual keep, or what's his name?
Then that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't just like fuck off and like leave.
No. we won't.
also, we've been going kind of full throttle since we left Targos.
Trottle.
Yeah.
Like, we could just take a step back for a little bit.
Well, we need to get to East Haven. There's not like, I mean, we could take the day to travel. We don't have to like haul ass.
We could relax a little bit, but weren't we trying to catch a murderer and aren't we trying
Yeah.
to burn some shit and aren't we trying to kill the son of something sunblight? God
Yeah,
damn
but
it.
most of that stuff's gonna happen at, oh, I was gonna say at night, but it's fucking night all day. So, never mind.
Breakfast all day.
It's, the breakfast is all day.
McDonald's breakfast is all day now.
I don't trust it. Either it's been there for 2 hours and they just throw away every 2 hours, or they make it right away and it's hot as shit. You're gonna wait 10 minutes. Either way, I don't want breakfast all day.
All right. We should talk to maybe the speaker.
We're waiting on
Make sure
Josh.
he's good. Well, yeah, we're just, we're
As you
planning.
guys begin to stir, you guys look over and you see Speaker Krennic kind of begin to kind of open his eyes, blink a little bit, and kind of shake off whatever drowsiness that he's been in. He says, I'm assuming since I'm still here in this bed and you are here at my feet, that Kadaroth is outside of that door.
No, he's
Karath- Karoth is actually no longer in residence. We took care of that for you, sir.
You see him pause and look around and try and look each of one of you in the face. Taking
We're the only
in-
people in this room, right? There's no one else with us.
and there is no one else in this room with you.
All right, then I pull out my emblem.
You pull out your emblem, and he's smile. You see this kind of smile come over his face. He recognizes it. It says, "The Harpers are good people."
Well,
Yeah.
we're not so much good people, so much as people that get the job done.
He says, "I appreciate all that you have done here."
Now,
and,
Quixotic, you were
Tons.
saying something about people?
Oh, yes. So there are two things. We found a couple of your servants in chains in the basement. So just heads up on that. And two, we did not find any guards here. Is there anyone in the town that you would trust that we could maybe call up into the keep to watch over you whilst you regain some sort of guard?
He looks to you and he says, in kind of a, like, he says, Rourke down at the uphill climb. He's laboring in breath right now. This is talking for him is seemingly hard for him.
It's been a while. You can take your time.
It says, Rourke is good people and would be able to help gather the townsfolk to protect the keep.
That would be a good idea. We will talk to him on the way out. I think in the meantime, your servants should be okay. Quickly, I think, was it Davpos or Turan said that I have a date with a locked door somewhere? Like, I don't say that out loud to him, but I'm trying to remember. There was a door somewhere that you guys didn't get into on the first floor, right?
I don't think so. No, I fucking kicked in a door and killed Thoob.
Oh, okay. So we got to everywhere we need to get to.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys got into the area where Thoob was, which is where you guys saw the paperwork with A on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Only place
Alright.
we haven't got into is the office.
No, that was
like,
the office.
That was the office.
Yeah.
Is the where he got that paperwork with
Yeah.
the woman's name from downstairs.
Oh, I thought we couldn't get in there because I was going to investigate all the rooms and you said it was locked.
No, he kicked it in.
It was locked.
Surrounded.
I kicked it in during combat,
Oh, okay.
and then Thoob's still in there. Oh no, I definitely ate Thoob.
Thoob is long dead.
I definitely ate.
We're good.
Okay.
Um,
Well, Speaker Kranich, we'll leave you here. I presume the people that we let up are not bad, otherwise they wouldn't have been in chains. So hopefully you will have someone to watch over you for the few hours it takes for the bartender to muster militia to take care of you. But
The speaker looks to you and he says, I thank you for all that you have done.
funny, I was about to say you owe us, so you're welcome.
Well, I mean,
No, we're
I
not.
haven't
We're
had-
not extorting you, right? We favors or favorable reputation, things like that. Just tell people what we did here.
Your services here. I am forever indebted and grateful.
just
Should you
Please.
ever find yourself passing through Caer Dineval in the future, stop back in and say hi. Have a place to rest your weary feet. Warm up by our fires and know that you will always be welcome here in Caer Dineval.
it's like talking to the sloths from Zootopia.
Also, here's my Venmo handle, just in
right.
case.
Um,
Just in case.
You
Um,
may remember the name of the Dawn Seekers.
thank you.
The Dawn Seekers. That's
That's right.
Seekers
that's
or
what we
bringers?
settled on.
We said
I have
seekers.
seekers. Yeah.
All right, there it is.
Yep. the Dawn Seekers shall be renowned here in 10 Towns.
Yes. Thank you. You were saying, Death Post?
Oh, just leave us, and I hold up the emblem out of it. I'm kind of not supposed to advertise that, but you've been through a lot, so I just wanted to reassure you.
I will keep the Harper's name separate from the Dawn Seekers.
Appreciate that.
With like crossed arms, Tron speaks up like it's hard for them to accidentally tell people you're part of the Harpers if you don't tell people.
Yes, but he also needed to trust us real quick because he thought we were with them.
Sure, just saying.
So your kind of
Maybe
goes.
someone's life goes along.
I appreciate the candidness in which you looked to gain my trust. Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you'll repay in the future.
I will be forever in your debt.
Okay. So I guess we'll go to the bar.
So just so there's no loose end, is the last thing. There was a knocked out guy under his bed, fully slitted his throat before we went downstairs.
Oh, the guy whose face you stole?
Yeah,
Okay.
fully slit his throat
All right.
and then just dumped him in the yard.
Okay. I'm
'Cause
assuming you
I
did that.
didn't-
Did you do that in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it would have been before he had a chance to wake up. We can say I did it on first watch. Just dragged him out from under the bed and then threw him out
All
the
right.
window or something. Gave a little salute to Tehran as he
You saw him go, kind of in fear as you pulled him out of the bed.
Nika looks over, just
Sleep. It's okay.
The loudest.
so no loose end there. He was obviously identified as bad. I'm not gonna leave him wandering around.
All right.
Anyway,
Sounds good.
all right, that's it. And then we go find the bar or keep and let him know that the speaker is awoke and that the guy that we kicked out was not good and should not be allowed in town.
Okay. You guys head down to the uphill climb.
Did we kill any dogs while we were fighting? Didn't we kill some dogs?
Yeah. I think I made a comment about that last time. We found the Hound Master, who is currently unemployed.
There's at least two, so I'll drag one. I'll kind of look over at Alice, but like, you grab the solar one. We need to feed our birds.
Oh God.
All right.
I don't know where he tied him up, but I'll drag the dead dog until I find my bird.
Aren't they just right outside the gate?
I think so. Yeah, we rode.
Okay, Bart. I just chucked out two birds.
All right.
Jeff, you hungry?
As you toss the dead animals towards your birds tied up just outside the gate, here, as I'm indicating on the map, the birds are extremely happy to have fresh meat, fresh food to eat here. You see
so
them
they were tied up,
dancing
okay.
back and forth, their heads kind of bobbing up and down, excitedly dancing, waiting for permission to dig into the carcasses that you threw to them.
Go ahead, Onyx.
And as you guys give your permission commands, the birds begin to devour the animals down to the leaving just tufts of fur and blood into the snow below.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna break immersion real quick. Stop eating my caramel, cat.
Can't be healthy.
They're well fed. They won't pass out on us while we're traveling. So it's good to keep the things that do service for you fed.
Take care of your birds and
Hey,
people.
Tehran, did you
and
get
birds.
enough souls last night, or do you need me more?
Are you offering?
Well, you said, you know, your exact
he
wording
sold
was
his soul a long time ago.
your exact wording was you've got to, feed the people that, do things for you. So do you need more?
Don't make an offer. You can't back up.
At the moment, I'm handling it, I think.
We
Thank
do
you
have
for-
a
Do you have a
Cloister of
number you need to
dwarves.
reach?
Go
is
like
my major
waylays to a
question.
couple towns or like what?
It's a feeling. You kind of know when you've done enough.
And how close are you?
I don't know, Keelan. How do I feel?
You feel
Hang.
satisfied this morning.
I don't need to eat an egg today. I'm okay.
Okay. In that case, Kohi, when we get to the bar, do you mind if I talk to you real quick?
Mm,
Is that a yes or a no?
use whatever you want it
It's
to
a
be.
You have to remember,
just-
you have a beak. We don't see face.
That sounds fine. Mm.
Speaking of feeling, how does Monty feel this morning? He got a
He's-
pounding head.
I have a feeling Kobe slept like a stone.
Yeah.
Go back
Fine,
to
like
it.
a
was
pound
out
rock?
to the world.
I didn't have a dream. That's okay. Maybe I'll
That's
have one
okay.
later.
No pearly gate dreams or, cherubs flying around or
That's not the god he worship.
No. Oh, he likes justice. He likes justice porn.
or like Reaper.
No more
Karma.
like
You see
judge.
Skulls riding a motorcycle.
Karma.
Horseman. Karma.
Yes.
Much more important to come more than justice.
So, yeah, Monty, you're feeling a little bit. I want to say you're not exhausted in the sense of the term, but you are feeling a little bit off today. Just can't quite shake this pull that you're feeling.
All right. I start walking south. And then I'm like, wait, no.
Monty starts to go back into the keep.
Something this way. No, I forgot something back here. Oh.
All right.
So, all right. So you guys are heading to the uphill climb.
Yes,
go-
we have to talk to the bartender.
Talk to the bartender. Okay. Sounds good. You guys go to the uphill climb, and as you guys enter into the door, you hear the clanging of the bell above the door, and you're greeted by that familiar face of Rourke. And he says, "Well, it's a little bit early for a drink, but if you got the gold, I got the drink. What brings you to the uphill climb today, my friends?"
Well, we have news. Your speaker has awoken. Also, his aide, the creepy demon man, was causing his sickness and has been evicted from the keep. Unfortunately, with the guards he has, so he had mentioned you as a trustworthy source to perhaps rouse some citizens to help protect him.
You see him kind of, he's still waking up himself a little bit.
Surprise.
Swallows takes a sip of his coffee, and goes, "Well, ain't that some shit?"
Is it not, right? So
So you're telling me
Weird
Speaker
Tuesday.
Chronic is alive and kicking up there,
That's true, yes.
and Cutter
And awake.
is no more.
Well, he's not dead, but we kicked him out. And a couple of dudes. So you may not want to let him back in town.
Silly out of
So-
character. We didn't kill him.
Did we?
We didn't. Come,
Thought that was the
Pretty sure he
first weird
disappeared.
ass dude that we let go that I was upset about.
yeah, we did not kill
Yeah,
him.
you did not kill him.
So
He goes, "Well,
Got away.
it's a little bit unsettling, but this Speaker Chronic is alive, as you say, and well, I guess we'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for any further red tieflings in the area. Don't want to be swindled out of our keep again. Would be
twice in a year would be bad.
once in a year is bad enough."
That is also true.
He says, "I appreciate you letting me know, and I will work to gather what townspeople I can to hold the keep until we can hire some new guards for the keep." So thank you very much.
Sounds good.
Can I interest you in a pint of ale as a thank you for taking care of our keep?
I don't suppose you have any bacon, do you?
And it looks to you, he says, kind of looks both ways, trying to make sure that there's no one else in earshot. And you look around, there's no one else here at the tavern at 8 o'clock in the morning, except for him. And you see him go, between you and me, I'll get you a few pieces
That's my
from
guy.
my stash in the back.
I appreciate it. Is there a general store we could pick up? I think 2 dogs is not enough to feed a fuckload of axe beaks. Essentially, I just asked him if there's a general store where we could pick up some.
You were able
I don't
to,
know, meat
if
or
you wanted
butcher.
to, you were able to pull off enough. You were able to pull out enough dogs to feed your axe beaks.
Okay.
So, Yep.
Waste not, want not.
Yep.
Good thing that Houndmaster didn't know they were there in the first place.
Whoops.
all right. He comes back out with a number of tankards of ale for you guys, and a small wrapped up package for you.
Yee,
Thank
breakfast
you very
beer.
much.
A
So-
packet?
Bacon.
Yeah,
Oh,
breakfast bacon. Pocket bacon, sir. Pocket bacon.
Put that in the pouch.
That's right. We should probably figure that out. But yes, yeah, it stays fresher longer.
It also doesn't smell.
Right.
That is also yeah, that's also true.
That's also a funny story then.
Good stories. Good story. Experiences, right? That's what we're all about.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's the harm in luring wolves now? We killed
Ah.
them much easier. They're
Because they might
It's
not
more
be
like
wolves up
grinding, right?
here.
Frost.
Great
Yeah,
cats
those
are
frost
rad. I'd
wolves
love
are
to see a
mean.
great cat.
Yeah, I take the bacon and put it like up to my shoulder into a bag that's not that deep.
Like, I mean, come on, let's just go back and forth with bacon. And we'll be like level 7 in like no time.
It's fine.
Like 2 or 3 more episodes.
Grinding
Great.
ups.
I just gotta flex on the
6
bartender. So
months.
yeah, I put the bacon in up to my shoulder in a bag that's only like 12 inches deep.
He looks to you and he sees you put your arm into the bag, and then just keeps going, and you see his eyes get bigger, and it goes in further and it bigger, and like it's all up to your arm, and he goes, "Whoa,
Ta-da.
I think I
You're
drank
on
too
the
much last
inside.
night." And he looks over, "Whoa."
Oh god.
He vomits into a
Good bartender.
All right.
Samples
wastebasket
his own.
nearby.
All right. We should probably make our way to East Haven then, yeah.
Arx goes, should you ever find your way back in Cara Dinaval, stop back in at the uphill climb here, and your rounds on me.
That sounds delightful. Thank
His
you.
name Rourke.
Yes.
Rorik.
You seem like you've seen some shit. You've been around. You look like an experienced adventurer, aren't you? Do you know anyone in East Haven that might know anything? Not about anything specifically, but do you know someone who may be able to talk to? Another bar owner or just anybody in general?
Didn't the innkeeper go to East Haven from this town?
Sarah.
Isn't that what the note on the door said?
Also, I used to live in East Haven, but
Oh, no shit. Cool.
Fucking what?
Helpful.
yep.
He says, "You're right. I have seen some shit in my day.
You can
But-
tell.
It's been a while since I've been down in East Haven. It's a different kind of folk in East Haven. A little bit more. He's kind of struggling for the word. He says, uppity. And he says, if you're looking for somebody though, you can see. Who's he gonna recommend? He's gonna recommend if you head over to on the east side of East Haven, right along the water's edge, there's the Wet Trout. Nymetra Miskin is the proprietor of the tavern there.
Could you copy and paste that somewhere? The name.
I can type it in too. And
See how close I am.
Just easier to make notes and we can move on.
and he says Nymitra will be able to help point you into the directions of what you're looking for in East Haven. Is there something that you're looking for there in particular?
Nothing we'd want to trouble you with. Thank you for your help.
I appreciate you keeping things simple around here.
I'll flip him a gold.
He takes
3
it
months
and
salary.
he takes it and then pockets it before you're able to even see it land. And he goes, thanks. I appreciate your patronage here at the Uphill Climb and all that you've done to help save Caer Dineval.
All right. We will make our way to East Haven.
All right, hold on.
Yes.
Rewind.
Rewind.
Because you guys went in. I stayed outside with Kohi. I
That's
believe.
right. Yeah, you were supposed to talk to
Yep.
Kohi. Do the thing.
So Kohi, a quick question for you. What do you know about Gods of Shadows?
Not much, but we can try
Should
to
make-
help you.
Make me a religion check.
Yep, sorry, Keelan. I should let you help me.
No worries.
Religion. I might know. See. Better than most, but not a great roll.
Gods of Shadows. It's not something that is, you know, that the gods are typically shadow related or generally try and keep things hidden. And sometimes in the space where things are hidden, things kind of pop up that surprise you, that you weren't prepared for. Similar to a magic trick. And that's why gods that kind of either remain in the shadow are sometimes known as trickster gods.
Typically they don't want to be seen. Then when they are want to be seen, they want to show you something you haven't even looked at before.
Well,
Mm.
the reason I bring it up is I had this weird dream last night where I followed a raven to a dead tree. I touched the tree and it came back to life. Like I used my magic and was able to heal a tree.
Is the location familiar to you or
No,
not so much?
It was literally nothing but darkness around me as I followed the raven.
Mm.
Like I walked through darkness to a tree that was dead, made of shadow.
Imagine you're trying to look for something that'll give you new life. I reckon.
I'm just curious if maybe that was a message from a god of some sort. Like, is there a god that specifically is ravens besides the Raven Queen?
Yeah.
As you kind of reach into the depths of your knowledge and study of gods, you know the gods can take many different forms. And while it may be a different god, you seem to get the sense that it was the Raven Queen calling you to explore something new.
What made you think it was a shadow gun?
Well, for starters, everything that was around was made of shadow.
Hmm.
And
Thank-
second off, it's really the only thing I really have going on. So
To me,
I
that doesn't.
assume-
It doesn't strike me as a shadow gun.
But is it possible the Raven Queen sent me a message?
You seem to think that it's possible, Kohi.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get.
Okay.
Kind of let that breathe a little bit, like you said, digging back, just taking a big deep breath. And that seems more likely.
All right. I guess I'll try praying to her then, I guess.
You do that. Walk on back in.
And so while they're still continuing their conversation and Kohi goes back inside, I guess I'll sit on the steps pray.
All right.
Right. I'm a pray on this.
You guys finish up inside. And you open up the door and you see Dapos sitting on these steps outside.
Outpost found religion.
Yeah. You have weird dreams like he's talking about. You kind of do that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Finding religion seems to bite people.
Hmm.
I just
Kohi's
kind of
Kool-Aid
just kind of
seems
glare at
pretty
him and go, "You eat people."
Is that a religion? Is that a religious thing? I'm confused by all of this.
One religion got me killed, another one has me eating people to stay alive. Tell me how.
So as he says that,
Two bad picks do not make all.
I would like
picks
to
bad.
point out the specific spell that I just cast and the
Okay.
specific thing, 3 things down that says you cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Fucking what? This is why I don't like the gods. They're all shitty.
Unfazed.
So as you
I trust the
guys,
god of my voice.
you feel the ground kind of shaking around you. You don't see anything. You get this. Your ears peek up though. A rumbling such as this is familiar to you. When you were on the cliffs of Calvin's Cairn, the rumbling similar to this happened just before the avalanche struck and dragged most of you down the mountain. You look around and you're kind of keeping your eyes open, trying to figure out what's going on. You're on a somewhat of a hillside, but it doesn't seem like it's large enough for a rumbling of this size to be an avalanche coming towards you. But nonetheless, you are uneasy as to where this rumbling is coming from.
Must be a Yeti.
Told you the Yeti's
Got to
coming.
be.
Anyway,
Almost
so
that's
I finish
watches.
praying and stand up and I go, I'm pretty sure she did not like hearing that.
Don't like hearing what? Sorry.
I'm talking to Tehran. I'm
Tehran.
pretty
About
sure she
what
didn't
I
like
said
hearing
about
that.
gods?
Blasphemous.
Yeah, your god can come from my god any day. I'm not worried about it.
Oh,
My
We're not
God, beat your
jihading
god
on your
up.
people. Okay, chill, everybody.
How
I
about I'm
don't
going to
beat
get
your
on
god
this
up.
fucking bird?
hey, Monty, can you help me put on that armor?
I can. Yes, I handed to you or handed it to you or whatever.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I don't know how to put it on yet. Can you help me?
Okay.
Putting on armor, we got about 45 minutes for that to happen.
Isn't it like 10 minutes?
And this is wait, once he gets it on, I'm gonna cast heat metal on it.
You're gonna
Go for it.
roast him like a goddamn lobster.
No. Yeah, I'll help you put that on.
Well,
I
they're
think I
getting,
already took it off myself.
do you want to fight?
I don't know. We'll play with you.
All right. But while they're changing armor, we'll go square up around back.
You just find a small wooden platform kind of on the backside of the uphill climb. The tables are kind of pushed into the wall, and you think
It's
that
us 5 minutes.
you clear off some of the snow, and you kind of square off and
But then I
get
gotta
ready to
fix your
spar.
hair.
I'll poke Nicola as I hear Alice say, let's say, who do you want bets on? I'm gonna follow him around.
I'm in on her.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see how this goes.
I don't know. Like, are we actually gonna like fight? No, we're just like fucking around.
Is it just fucking around? Okay.
So 5 minutes later, we come back around and watch them as well.
We're just like tapping swords, kind of feeling each other out.
Make it sound gay, man.
Yes, very gay.
As you guys come around the side of the building, you see Alice and Taran kind of sparring. You guys notice that Alice is a little bit. Her fighting style seems to be a little bit different today than it was yesterday. Alice, do you want to talk a little bit about that at all, or
You look a little more
Yeah.
focused.
do you want to describe what they're seeing?
I seem to be relying less on like brute strength and like harsh effort, and working more towards finesse and skill.
It's noticeable. You're learning. That's good.
I'm gonna get you.
I
Silent
hope.
for a second goes, I think you may have picked right. He starts to sweat faintly.
I hope that when I go, it's you. So we'll kind of finish up and
Should we go find some unsuspecting townspeople to murder?
Please no. Can we stop killing everything we see?
we haven't killed the last 2 people we saw. You don't get to say that.
You're
It's
right.
like a 1 out of 3 scenario. So
We're almost on a trend. We have 2 one-offs right now.
Yeah, but we are heading to a town to kill 2 people probably. So
Okay, then we should be a little bit more targeted, and a little bit more choosy who we kill, please.
yeah. I've never just indiscriminately killed people before.
Yeah, you have.
You hesitated. You hesitated. You did.
You made an offhand comment about slicing somebody. You and I had a problem.
Oh yeah, that's right.
After I became a god.
So we pack up the axe peaks. Are we off? Are we done here? Everyone?
Oh, big
Well, do we want to
chungus.
hit that?
Ride deep,
store?
big chungus.
There is not a great store here in Cairdenval.
All right. Well then, yeah.
Most
Let's pack
of-
up the axe piece.
Most of what people get is brought in via caravans, or from the ferry that used to come deliver here in Lactanishar, but now deliver occasionally via the Eastway.
Cool.
Hey, the guy that we suspected to be the murderer was a merchant that traveled by sled, right?
Was it
Can
the
we ask the bartender before we go when the last time they came through town was?
Yeah, you he
I feel like
says
I asked that before.
it's been a while since they've been up this way. It's probably been 2 or 3 weeks since it's been up this way. We're probably in another week or 2 it'd probably be coming back up this way.
Okay. All right. I'm good now.
All right.
We ride.
We
All
right.
right. Let's take a look at what as you guys set out of Cairdenval. The weather is you're a little bit more out in the open. The houses, buildings protect you or do not protect you anymore as you head out from the city. And with that, I need a let's go Nicola tonight. Nicola, can you roll me 3 d20s, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys head out of town. The sub-zero temperatures kind of begin to nip at your noses as you guys kind of pull up your balaclavas and try and protect your facial features a little bit more. It's chillier than normal, but it's not those bitterly cold days that you fear from before. As you begin to set out, the wind that has been known to bite through your clothing is still today. There is not a flurry or not a breeze blowing through, leaving the tracks or leaving the snow resting. And your tracks are remaining as you head down the snowy pathway.
So it's bitterly cold, and that's it.
And it's really cold, and it is lightly snowing. As you guys begin to head out, fresh powder covering any tracks from that may have crossed the road the night before, and leaving fresh tracks for anyone behind you.
So I never
wouldn't
thought I'd
give
say
to
this.
be in
I
some
miss Neverwinter.
Yeah, what I wouldn't give to be in some sort of jungle scenario where dinosaurs might happen upon us.
We
Like I
might
said-
get there.
Yeah,
Fuck's a
I
dinosaur.
kind of miss home right now.
Yeah, what's a dinosaur?
What's
know
a
what you're talking about.
dinosaur?
Dinosaur, the easiest way I can describe it, it is a gigantic dinosaur.
It is a terrible lizard.
It's a terrible lizard. It's got a
Okay.
big trunk on it. It looks like a
don't get it.
giraffe. It's got a
So you guys begin your approximate 5-hour trek down the road
10 towns map. 10 towns map.
towards the Eastway.
Yeah.
And as you guys come up to the intersection of the Eastway, you guys head east towards East Haven, correct?
Indeed.
Oh God, stop. He's got his own theme music.
Aji, how's the new
Oh.
song coming?
What's that?
I think it's coming good. Let's drum it out while we're on
No.
the trail, and we get a couple tears, right?
Not for me.
Well, they're ice crystals. So. You're like, why do you have ice crystals? Just like, it's just part of my look. Leave me alone.
There's something in my eye.
There's something in my eye, a little dust.
It's a little
This
misty.
ice crystal blue in my eye, and that's why I have ice crystals in my eye. Love it.
Stop giving me a hard time.
Also, I've got a pounding headache, like a pounding.
You right, man?
We should probably every now and then we'd give him a medicine check, right? Because he keeps complaining about his head.
Okay. Yeah, give me a medicine check.
I'm not a doctor. It just seems odd that he keeps having this problem.
I
Last time you
got a
cooked.
little echinacea tea.
Yeah, I got nothing for that now.
11. Nothing special.
As you look over Monty, it's
I kind of look at Kohi kind of sort of like expectantly, questioningly, and then be like, meh. Okay.
You're
Okay,
fine.
Quicks, what do you got for me, pseudo doc / stabby rogue?
You bleeding?
Listen, I'm not a doctor, but I believe I am a horse
I
psychologist.
play one on TV.
I'm a
I
horse
did say
psychologist.
I did say
which
it
is
at
close.
Holiday Inn Express last
Yeah,
Say it all,
night.
man. Yes.
I'm an equine rehabilitation specialist.
All right.
as you kind of look over Monty, you don't notice anything physically wrong on the outside. Normally, when people complain about headaches or something of the sort, that usually dehydration or something similar, or lack of water is the usual culprit. And you offer him some of your canteen and say, "Take and drink. This might help."
I
Give him
drink
a-
it and I spit it out and be like, "Is that water? Ew."
Coffee is not water. You need to hydrate.
Fish
No.
piss in it.
Fish
fucking it.
pissing you.
It is not water.
Thanks, Quicks. Just been feeling off since, well, kind of since we got up here, but especially after last night. So
Has it been the whole time up here, or did
don't
it
know
only
about the
start up
whole
here? Or has it been a
time.
while?
It's been a while. It kind of comes and goes though, but yeah, I mean, it's, like it doesn't help that like I'm getting these strange dreams and these, now it like I almost have this sort of like urge to leave. I had an urge to come up here. Now I almost have an urge to leave. So I'm not, not sure. I think I'm going crazy here a little bit, guys, but so keep an eye on me.
Quixotic looks him square in the eye and says, "We have an expression in our homeland. Depression is a very real disease, and you need to treat yourself."
It's not the month for recognizing mental illnesses though. I can't do it.
Yeah, you're not allowed. This isn't the right month for it.
It's not the right month for it.
I'm legally not allowed to take care of myself.
Monty, as you guys come down the road towards the east way, that pounding, that pulsing that you've been hearing in your head, grows louder and becomes more frequent.
Is it like
in time, or is it like,
debilitating at this point, or like what, like how severe?
It's not
and impactful is it?
debilitating. It's not
Okay.
debilitating, but it is becoming more frequent as
I can explain it in modern day technology terms if you want me to.
The pounding in my head? And what modern, are you talking about trebuchets? Because
No, I'm talking about out of character. Like out of character, I could probably explain exactly what that is now.
I think out of character, I know what's going on, but in character,
is it at least in some kind of like time? Like the guy who plays music has this fucking like metronome that's off time constantly. Is that gonna fuck you up?
it's when you're you're finding, as you're thinking about it, when you're in a location, it's generally been about the same cadence, but as you kind of move to different locations, the cadence changes.
so we're on East Haven rhythm now. And now
So-
I'm playing more like probably goth music now, probably. So it's kind of, that's why it's been getting a
Death
little
metal.
fatter. Death,
No longer
death metal was more,
You
character.
wear flannel too.
Wearing flannel and
Death
that was
folk
Targos.
music.
That
is
was
now your
totally
new thing.
Targos.
that was Target.
Targos was death metal.
And as you guys start to head towards East Haven, Monty, that
Actually,
pulsing,
East Haven's probably folk music. Sorry.
the
but-
pulsing in your head as you head east on the Eastway, towards East Haven, kind of begins to subside again, and the sound starts to become less frequent and it's not nearly as loud in your head.
See, it seems like this is more noticeable, so I'm gonna chat with a few folks about it just to see if anybody's heard of anything like this before. And would I have heard of anything like this before?
Are you opening up to us about it?
I am, yeah. Because
Make me a history check.
do you want me to, or do you want other people to?
If you're looking to see if you've heard of anything like this before,
Well,
make me a history check.
I'm talking to the group. I'm probably sharing this with the group more so than anything, but like, yeah. So I'm probably involving more people at this point.
So is it it's currently happening?
It did, and then it kind of shifted to its different cadence, and now it's subsiding.
Okay.
What
Seems
do
like.
you What do you owe your sword?
I'm pretty sure the Raven was clear that it wants the artifact that we now know is no longer in the north.
Wondering, like, I owe my sword souls. I feel hunger when I need to feed it. It subsides when I feed it. Is something related to you and the deal you made?
It
Instead of
could be.
hunger pangs, you get a headache.
I'm possibly. You might have had this for quite a while. I've only had this for however much time it's been since I've got the sword. So I'm still kind of figuring this out.
With his patron?
So what?
Can I see if it has anything to do with his patron? His headache?
Sure, make me a religion check.
Throw a d6 on it. Hey.
6
Hey.
plus 17.
Yeah.
13, I don't know how to do math.
You know that your patrons can cause you to feel certain things that you normally wouldn't feel, as witnessed by last night, and you feeling a sense of unending hunger of which you have not felt before. You think you can make the jump to that the pains that Monty is feeling could be attributed to, could be caused by his patron. Or it could be a tankard of ale that he had consumed. You know that it's definitely a possibility that it could be from his patron.
Try satiating your patron a little bit. I don't know. You can't find the specific thing, but maybe she just wants baubles. She is a raven queen, isn't? Oh, I don't know that. Is that known? Is that unknown?
I did mention a raven.
Ravens like baubles. Maybe you need more baubles.
We'll try to
Stop hurting.
I think the problem is this raven might want a specific bauble,
Sure.
which isn't in this area.
That's my 2 cents, but I'm not a doctor.
Thank you. I appreciate your concern on this one. I will
I'd say
definitely think it over.
I make an Arcana check to see if I know of any spells that might cause something like that.
Sure, make me an Arcana check.
Accidentally viciously mocked myself last night.
A 17. You've heard of spells that people can cast that can send messages.
Yeah, I can do it.
And because you're right, you do know that you can send messages, and that there's been times where you've sent a message to somebody, and the resulting feeling afterwards has kind of left this almost pulsating headache in your head. It's not something that was the desired outcome, but it was a side effect of something else. It is something that you've experienced in the past.
And instantly, like, as soon as I think about that, I just start hitting my head like this. Oh, you're such an idiot. I am Monty.
What's up? What's up?
I think something's trying to talk to you.
Something's talking to me? Well, it's been talking to me. I had dreams about this. Like
What I'm trying to say is I think what it's telling you is that you can't hear it because you're too far away.
So the path that I'll open up a little bit about the dream and say, like, there was a path that the raven showed me, and I think it has a strong desire to, just like, I do around the Ring of Winter, but we now know based off of what A said and with some of the other research, and we can confirm it here in East Haven, right? Maybe that the Ring of Winter isn't here, but I know that there's a lot of other unsettled business amongst the group, and there's like quests that we haven't completed and travel time. So like, yeah, I might be in for a little bit of a rough patch.
I'm not 100% sure they're connected, actually.
Go on.
Well, the Raven was in a dream. I had a dream with the Raven. Like, I get that. But that doesn't mean that your headache is caused by that same situation. That could be something different.
Something else that's too far away?
I think something's trying to contact you for some reason.
How would I find, just like look for the sensations to grow stronger?
Increase,
or
probably?
diminish?
Like, as they think of it as like a game of hot and cold. Have you ever played hot and cold?
Yeah, I'm playing cold right now, right?
Uh-huh.
But yes.
Fucking sarcastic
But,
asshole.
I'm a bard. What do you expect?
So
At least I'm not trying to hump your leg.
I think what might happen is, as we get closer to whatever's trying to contact you, that rhythm is going to pick up.
I will keep an eye on that and let the group know if it changes.
Sure.
It did seem to pick up back there. When that was picking up, Keelan, was it somewhere specific on the map?
I mean, it was as you were leaving Caer Dineval here and heading south along the road. The frequency in which these pulses came to you increased. And as you have been heading east now on the Eastway towards East Haven, the frequency in which these throbbing in your head has kind of diminished.
Okay, you might be onto something there, because I think they were increasing as we were heading south.
Well, and it's kind of what happens when
everything's
I'm not,
south from here, but
yeah, it's kind of like what happens when I'm not in range when I use my magic to talk to you guys. Same idea. So I'm wondering if it might just be you're getting feedback from something.
maybe could also be all the magic that's going on up in the air up in here too. So,
Or you could be 1000% right and it's your Raven talking to you. Okay, I'm not disproving it. I'm just trying to add something else that might be causing it.
yep, that's a good point. I will think on this.
Also, are we like similar? Like, because
do
you
know
got
what you
ravens,
mean.
I got ravens.
I know ravens are a common animal. Like my raven. Does your raven? What does your raven do for
It
you
led me
or
to-
communicate for you?
This is the first time I've ever met it. It kind of caught at me once to say yes, led me to a tree that was dead. I touched the tree, it turned alive. It caught at me and disappeared.
Your raven sounds confusing as hell, and it wants something that you don't know about. So yeah, I think they're exactly the same. Yeah, it's probably, yeah. I call mine Carl. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Farewell. Yeah. Yeah, possibly I have also only started seeing this raven recently. My hand kind of drifts to Talon, right? And I just rested on the pommel. And so I'm still trying to figure this out as well.
Do I see that?
I don't notice it. It was absent-mindedly, but
I know, but I'm seeing if I see him touch the sword when he says that.
Are you hiding it, or
He
I
did it
absent-mindedly
unconsciously.
did it. Yeah.
well, the sound? Yeah, you would see him kind of reach for it.
I'll keep quiet for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know. Maybe it. You know, if you want, I can share with you more of any dreams or visions I have with a raven.
That would be helpful. Thank you. I'll do the same just
Yeah.
because it sounds like we might be dealing with the same thing.
Also, I know Tehran's talked to me a few times about, you know, these types of things happening, and sometimes they come with strong desires or urges, and now it sounds like a puberty talk. But anyways, but yeah, they can come with it. So it could be something like that. You may also want to talk to Tehran, as he's been very helpful and helping me kind of understand some of this stuff.
Yeah, Tehran and I really don't
tell
have the-
people about that.
I literally look right at him and go, yeah, Tehran and I don't really have the best working relationship.
Don't tell people I'm helpful. That's not.
I whispered it. You weren't supposed to hear that.
No. I have a really low passive perception. I
He's a
probably
teddy-
didn't hear it.
He's a teddy bear.
Anyway,
He likes
all right.
he likes it.
East
There's
Haven.
this like facial mask that he really likes. If you get it for him, you know, it calms him down quite a bit, and then pedicures on Thursday nights. Yeah, he likes it. Bryn Shandir, it's great.
All right. As you guys continue down the east way towards East Haven, eventually you are greeted by and Monty, you're greeted by the familiar sights of the front entranceway, if you can call it that, to East Haven. You see a number of kind of small buildings starting to pop up over the crest of the hill. And as you kind of look down into the valley below, you see this wide expanse of a city kind of tucked in along the southern edge of Loch Dinashar, kind of nestled in between the valley here at the bottom end of the lake. You see the large city of East Haven, which is here.
Oh, it's on like the southern end of the lake. Holy fuck! This place is huge.
Whoa, this is huge.
Huge.
They've got a racetrack.
We got a whole ass racetrack.
Yeah.
That's
Call it
awesome.
Hippodrome. That's the Hippodrome.
I
See
was
some
not
dar
prepared
racing.
for the city
Mm.
being this fucking big.
Fuck! This place is huge.
Dimmadrome, home of the dome.
This is like almost
big-
like this
where's
is
my
a
big
Neverwinter
hat?
big, but this is big. With Bryn Shandir was pretty huge too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is like the
Yeah,
second.
Bryn Shandir is bigger than this, but this is actually pretty big.
This is the second biggest city, isn't it?
This is the biggest not Bryn Shanders like we've seen
Oh
so far.
Jesus! Just cheesing over.
Anyways,
as
You
you
have to
walk
get
into
some
East
labels
Haven,
on this map.
it seems like it's walking back into Icewind Dale's past. This place seems to be the living example of a boomtown way of life that gripped all of 10 towns centuries ago. The generations since, as other towns have settled into predictable patterns of existence, East Haven has continued to grow and reinvent itself after the Eastway was paved. Monty tells you, East Haven evolved into the frontier trader's paradise, fueling the jealousy of its neighbors.
Ooh.
It's so big.
Yeah, this is the hipster town of 10 towns. So
Okay.
I'm
got good
assuming
craft
it's
beer.
also empty.
As,
Pubs.
as you move about,
A
as
plenty.
you start to kind of enter into East
Yes.
Haven, there are more people milling about here, and you're entering in about a little after early afternoon or so at this point. You see more people milling about than normal, but everybody kind of seems to be there seems to be a large amount of traffic kind of heading in towards the center of town. There's not a lot of people kind of coming back your direction, but everybody that you see is kind of walking in the same direction that you guys are, deeper into East Haven. Monty, you remember from your time here that the Wet Trout is on the far east side up along the lakeshore. In case anybody missed it, I'll click it again. It is up here.
So on the complete other side of town.
That is
Tattoo artist here.
correct. Was that?
The tattoo artist here.
I'm gonna ask somebody.
Well,
There
why
should
don't we? Should we find a place to stable the axe beaks, or should we take them with us to the inn, Monty?
Well, you should, so I'm assuming we'd probably stable them since it's a busier city. So I
There
guess-
is a set of stables, as you recall, kind of just inside.
The one that with the
city.
racetrack.
That looks like a racetrack.
Yeah, I shouldn't ride 2461 through the city. Not like it was, but it was okay in cities where there weren't a lot of people. But I don't trust this thing around strangers.
I don't think that's his
Wouldn't
name.
be hungry.
That is to say that he starts to kind of like, looks like he's starting to kind of get nosy into some of the fish stalls as you pass on your way to the stables.
He starts
let's-
sniffing
let's
at
stay there.
children. No, no, no.
No, bad.
Just call it a different number every time.
No, I respect it enough to know what number it is.
Do you though?
2465.
24601. That should be what it is.
8675309.
Okay, all right, dropping off the axe beaks.
White
You wanna head-
claw, away.
I would also probably remember where the speaker's house is. Where's that at, Keelan?
You would know that the speaker lives
It's the big one. It's gonna be
The big one in the middle.
Alright.
or that one.
has a small house on the side of the town hall here.
Mm.
So what
So
are
I'd say,
here to check in with the speaker or the sheriff to find if there was a murder? We're here to what? Talk to the dockmaster to clear out Durgar that are on the weren't they in a on the
They're
dock
on the frozen ferry boat.
frozen
Thought
ferry
was what
boat.
we
Yeah.
saw.
And anything else here other than just milling about?
where's Keelan? Where's like the college, the intellectual, that sort of neighborhood? I should probably check into some of my old haunts and see what might be there.
It's this area over here where you have a number of houses kind of shared around a circular
Something.
circular
Hello?
courtyard.
So I'd say like, we can probably get ourselves set up. We can introduce ourselves to the speaker and see what's going on. And then I think we got a couple leads we can track down. So
We
yeah,
just-
but I think where would be the best place to stay? Would that also be the same bar that we were referenced to? I guess, what would I think of for us as a group of travelers?
As a group of
Same
travelers
door.
looking for a place to
Wet
stay.
Trout Bar.
The Watch Trout popular tavern. There is some there's some rooms there if they're not taken. Otherwise, you do recall when you first came to East Haven, you did stay at the White Lady Inn. Right?
The White Flea Inn?
White Lady Inn.
Oh, the White Lady Inn. Yeah, the White
Um,
Lady Inn, absolutely. There's less fleas there and fewer bar fights. But I mean, I look at Alice, I'm like, maybe you want the bar fights. I'm open to either, but either way, just still less fleas.
And
Is-
you
is
kind
Vendetta
of smile
somewhere?
and smirk and you say the legend of the White Lady is of a ghost that's rumored to walk along the lake shore.
You're not scared of ghosts, are you? Hmm?
Wait, did we hear the story from another inn lady?
Yeah.
The warming charm.
Let me pull that one up real quick.
They make no sense.
Yeah, she had a
Marta
had a-
Piswick.
Piss
Hang
whip?
on,
piss
That
whip.
sounds. Is a fuck?
Huh.
Sorry, Pivwick. P-I-V-Wick.
Oh, that's better.
I like the first one better.
Pestkirk.
Indeed.
Oh, that is a K. Oops.
Type it in here.
Well, interesting. Everything's tied together. The red strings from town to town.
White ladies and all, right? You know.
The red. No, that wasn't a white lady. That was a red cloak woman.
Oh, all right, never mind.
Aha. See, keeping
There
notes
is a-
helps.
Potentially a white lady that we're chasing down up here though, but anyways, yeah, so I recommend the white lady.
Sure, let's go. There will be,
Less bar fights sound good.
yeah, more Ugg boots and pumpkin spice lattes at the White Lady.
That's right, them intellectuals.
Okay. So
I
you guys
don't call
are,
those people intellectuals.
so where are you guys heading?
We should get a room at the White Lady and then. I mean, we haven't done anything all day. You want to just go fuck up some dwarves while they sleep?
Sure,
Hell
let's go
yeah.
straight to the docks.
Why
Fuck it.
not? We haven't done anything else fucking today.
Do something good and then talk to the here at the
Like,
top.
we did this thing for you. Be grateful and tell us stuff.
Yeah, like we've done the last 5 towns we've been in. We helped you. You owe us.
Get leverage.
Yeah,
I mean,
Is there like a
Obtain
common
leverage. Apply leverage. Win.
profit? Is there like a common like message board central area sort of thing we could swing by on the way to, or
The general message board area would be outside of the town hall.
town
area.
hall? Yeah, okay.
So
All right. Do we want to drop off our horses, get a room at the White Lady, go fuck up some dwarves, and then see the town? Or do you want to do it in a different order?
Yeah, I'd love to kill something.
Let's go.
so you guys are heading to the stables first.
Yes.
We gotta drop
Alright,
off
so you
the
guys
horses.
head over to the
Yeah.
stables, and
Or actually,
as you guys get to the stables, you get to the gate, and you go knock, 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 expecting somebody to answer, and you see somebody. Eventually, it takes a little bit of time, but eventually you see somebody kind of come running out, still or half dressed, and you hear him go, I wasn't expecting guests. I wasn't expecting travelers. What can I do for you?
We have to store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 volatile weapon-faced birds here.
Axe speaks. I see them here. Are they tamed Axe speaks?
All
Does
but
it change
one.
the price?
this one is.
And you see him kind of pause for a second and think. He said, fuck it, no. It's 2 silver per day per Axe speak to keep them here.
Can I get an insight check? Did we like wake him from something, or like
Sure.
what is?
Yeah, also, is it like 2 in the afternoon?
Make me an insight check.
He seems very off-put.
Caught him watching porn.
I've been smoking.
Dirty 20.
With a 20, he looks disheveled. He looks like he is in a hurry and a rush to get done with taking care of you guys so he can get back to whatever he was going to be doing.
Did we pull you away from something? I didn't mean to intrude.
Pulled them out of someone.
He says, I mean, are you not here for the, and he kind of, he's visibly shaken, or visibly kind of distraught, trying to come up with the words. And he says, are you not here for the sentencing of the wizard?
I'm sorry, what as you can tell, I'm not from around these parts, so I guess I was not aware. What's going on with the wizard?
Ow. My head.
Every game.
He says, have you not seen all these people moving towards the center of town? I can't be late. If you're here for the wizard, great. If not, then so be it. Supposedly, the militia leader noticed, captured a wizard attempting to do nefarious things, and today they're sentencing him down at the town hall.
That sounds about right.
And the entire town has been invited to come bear witness to his sentencing.
Did he turn somebody into a newt?
They get better.
They got better.
I think I'd like to see that. Can we, can I? Yeah, I'll pay him for the day, and I'm assuming it's daily that we pay, so
Sounds like
I'm paying for the day, and I think I'd like to watch that if that's all right.
He says,
That's
all
not
right, it's down at the town hall. He says, tie up your X-Beaks, or not tie them up, but put them into the stalls, and I will be sure to feed them and take care of them when I come back from the sentencing. And he kind of points out to the different 7 different open stalls, indicating that you can put your X-Beaks into there.
Okay.
And he takes your silver and kind of heads back into the house, and you hear a couple things kind of moving around inside the house, and you see him kind of come out of the house this time, putting his coat on and kind of walking out. He says, I'll see you down there.
All right.
And heads off to the center of town.
I'm sorry, but I cannot miss a wizard execution. This has been well known.
All right, should we just follow him?
I think I'd like to, as long as that's okay with everyone else.
Yeah, what the hell?
What happened to dwarves?
They'll still be there. It's still midday.
This is literally happening right now. Like, don't you curious to see why?
I know I am, because quite frankly, I am not going to miss a wizard's execution.
Oh, that's
Cough.
just so.
You're not a wizard. We've discussed this. You don't have a book.
We don't know he's a wizard yet either.
Well, okay, then we should probably find out and maybe go to it anyway.
If I'm a wizard? Oh, he's a wizard. The guy out at the trial.
Yes.
I don't know. He might turn you into a newt. I don't know.
We're following the guy to go watch. the
Yeah,
wizard.
okay.
Have we
Let's go
quickly
do the thing.
decided to interfere already?
What?
We didn't
Fuck no.
decide to interfere. We're deciding to
Have we-
investigate.
Have we not established my feelings on wizards?
Quix is going to like preempt the execution with a bolt through his
I have not
heart.
met him yet, but sounds like there is some sort of trial, yes? Let's go.
As you guys begin to head into town, you notice now that there's a murmur amongst the people that you're walking with as you begin to get closer to the town hall, and it's this almost an air of excitement that hasn't been felt for in a long time. You get the sense that excitement like this doesn't happen or hasn't happened up here in a long time. Perhaps not even since before, perhaps not since before Ariel's winter started.
As long as we're heading in the same direction as the people walking by, I'm going to, can I stop somebody and just ask them what's the deal with this wizard? I know, as you can tell, I am not from around these parts. I was
Oh
told
my
there would be an execution of someone. What's going on with this? We're kind of going with the flow.
And the person kind of looks to you, kind of puzzled. She says, I can tell you're not from around here. I hear it in your voice. Supposedly he, she kind of mutters underneath her breath and covers her mouth. Supposedly he murdered some adventurers. And the militia only recently found their bodies and linked it back to him. Is what the rumors around town are.
Sure, they did it with hard, unquestionable evidence, as is custom in places like this.
It's
For sure.
Well, they haven't tried yet because they don't know if it floats or sinks. If it sinks and drowns, then then he was innocent, and we'll
Sorry.
bury him.
So she
Up we
says the trial will be held up ahead if this is what you're in town for.
I guess I'm about to be.
Gaudy, we're watching an execution like a bunch of bored.
As opposed to initiating
peasants.
one. This isn't the first time you've seen a murder.
I
hope
don't
to see the
have a
trial.
problem with the murder. It's just parading it around like a spectacle.
You pass your popcorn, please.
And the 3D glasses.
Man. Put up the tarp.
Okay, go.
All right. So as you guys get closer, the excitement continues to grow even further. 1 second. As you guys get closer into town, you're kind of greeted with this large crowd on the edge of the public square. You see a large platform dominating this cobbled square in front of you, snow-covered cobbled square. You see some sort of, you see the speaker, or what you think is the speaker, standing next to a person tied to a post on this platform, incredulously surrounded by a large pile of brush at his feet. You look about and you hear the crowd go silent as the man up top starts saying, "People of East Haven, we gather here to witness the trial of Dazan, the wizard who, despite all efforts to disguise himself, was recognized and arrested for his crimes he inflicted upon the Dale folk. We shall not hear him speak today, for wizards are tricky folk. And should we unbind his gag and undo his hands, who knows what horrors he could release upon us today."
Can I get an insight check on the speaker?
Sure.
I mean, I realize he's a politician, but does he believe what he's saying?
Sure.
If I'm checking for lies, which I am, I can't roll below a 16.
With a 16, you get the sense that he believes what he's saying,
Okay.
that he truly thinks that this wizard is responsible for the horrors of which they're accusing him of.
And then can I get a look at the wizard? It's not like the guy that just escaped, our clutches earlier, or like the albino, like it's not someone we recognize. Can I get
The
a
wizard
perception check?
standing in front of you is not one that you've seen before. You see a large, kind of tall, pointy hat on a kind of squat looking human. You see kind of hair, tufted kind of animal hair, cuffs on his boots and on his wrists to keep him warm. Across his chest, you see almost like, well, looks like a bandolier of some sort of likely magical reagents.
Okay.
And you see him standing there with almost a look of smugness on his face.
Okay. Is it fancy clothes? Like, is he wearing anything? I don't know. I'm just okay.
He looks as if he has been traveling and exploring. He has dirt on his clothes. It's not one of simple research. He's been exploring, and
It would
Go ahead.
be very rare. But is he from around these parts?
you wouldn't quite know since you're not from around these parts.
That's true. Okay.
But
I
his
guess
Would
I
I
was
know?
I was implying if I would, I don't know, if it were a wizard that
Does
is
he have
that
any
someone I would have run
identifying
into.
markings?
There's a very specific, I don't know. Okay.
looking at him, there's no identifying markings on him.
Okay.
As you are trying to take a closer look, he looks as if he has tried to blend in as best as he can, but didn't quite get the look down exactly what to blend in more than he is.
Okay.
And
So
the
it's nothing as overt as being like dressed all in red or something stupid like that.
nope, not dressed all in red. So,
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I have a history with certain wizards, so just worth asking.
Nope. Next time, just ask me if he's wearing all red.
Okay.
If
Is he
that's what
wearing
you're-
all red?
He's not wearing all red.
Okay, just checking.
And as he, you see the speaker say, "This man stands accused of crimes against the Dale and has been found guilty and shall be burned at the stake here today as reparations for his crimes." And with that, he gives the signal. And 4 members of the militia around take torches from the urns, head to the platform, and begin to light the brush standing at his feet.
Can anyone stop this from happening if we wanted to?
How far away are we?
You guys are in a crowd of probably you guys are kind of on the outer edge of a crowd of about 750 people or so.
Jesus.
Yeah, never mind.
We're not stepping into this.
It seems as if the entire town has come out to watch this wizard burn today.
So what did he get arrested for?
I asked the person next to me, what were his crimes again? Like what specifically against the people of the Dale did he do?
She
and what
looks to
was
you
the
and
evidence?
she says, "Shh," and just kind of continues to look back. As the
Ooh, that's
fan by
gruesome.
the wind, the fire catches quickly. Zan does not struggle or scream as he's quickly engulfed by the flames. The spectators, bundled up to keep warm, move closer to the human bonfire, eager to feel its warmth.
There's some
I hate this place.
there's some that's a picture.
You're from here, Monty?
No, I'm not from here. I studied up here.
I'll look away.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Which god?
Well,
My
the
God.
that doesn't appreciate that.
My God.
My God, it's full of stars.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Ooh.
Is you guys standing outside of this human bonfire as the people of East Haven huddle up close to keep warm.
Yeah,
There's
that's
some
gonna,
imagery
Ask if
there.
it's warm.
that's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
We need to find out why he got turned into a bonfire, because if it's just for being a wizard, I vote we need to leave now so I don't die.
Just don't do wizard stuff.
That's my entire thing.
No, they didn't. the guy we talked to earlier said said something about what he did, didn't he? Either that or the
He
Or
hurt
they
somebody.
found some.
Crimes against the
Oh,
Dale.
adventures.
No,
Yeah,
but
he'd hurt some adventurers
Allegedly.
yeah,
allegedly.
allegedly.
You
Yeah.
did hear that he did supposedly kill some adventurers,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
he was found guilty of killing some adventurers.
Okay. So either he did or was framed for multiple murders.
Either way, I mean, we're not stepping in.
And either way, he
Not
seemed
now.
quite
He's
happy.
fully in Flambe.
Yeah, he seemed quite happy to start himself on fire.
So cool, guys.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
level 6.
These are level
Yeah.
6.
Yay.
Thanks for
Uh,
your hard work, Keelan.
yeah, thank you, everyone who got me cool things to do with your level up. If you wanted it, for anybody who was jealous of that, next time, give me cool stuff to do with your level up.
That was me.
Level
I
was
slept good. I liked
boring.
it. No watch for Kohi. The streak continues.